Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how you doing? How's your mama? How's your family? First pay-per-view of the year. We got UFC 300. Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan for the lightweight strap. And in the co-main event, we got Nurmagomedov versus Dvalishvili for the bantamweight strap. It's on. Prayers out to LA. Dana ain't backing down, though. I'm sorry to tell you. He ain't backing down. He say all systems go. Inglewood. It's all systems go. Sending my prayers out to LA. It's tragic. I did a deeper dive on the main event and co-main event. Both of those videos are linked down in the description, so I'm not going to go as in-depth for these. I'm going to work my way from the main event all the way down to the first fight, giving you my predictions and breakdowns. And I want to say tomorrow we'll drop a betting guide. And then Friday, right after weigh-ins, we'll drop our casual parlay. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody. Casual parlays 5-2. We're looking to get back on the right path. We were 5 weeks in a row. Then we lost. Last with Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Heba's card, it was bad. It was real bad. Still hitting at a 71.4 win rate. Let's get back on the right side. Share this to somebody. They'll enjoy it just like you did. Now, like I said, I did a deeper dive into this fight. Link in one of them corners. But look, the odds for this fight are pretty disrespectful. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a fan of the narrative of this fight, man. The narrative was that Arman was a young kid on short notice walking into the unknown. And yeah, Arman was at a disadvantage, but experience-wise for sure. But Islam was also walking into the unknown. I mean, Islam was a monster. He was a monster of a prospect who struggled to find anyone with enough courage to even fight him. I mean, the UFC pulled a 23-year-old kid off the street. Islam stated that he didn't know who he was. Islam was definitely walking into the unknown as well. But this is a new fighter and a new improved fighter. This is a new fight. I ultimately picked Islam to beat Arman. I think Islam is the type of athlete that rises and performs best when the pressure is at its highest. He believed that he's fighting the truthful number one contender. Last time he felt that way about his opponent, he destroyed my favorite fighter, Charles Oliveira. He's also he's one win away from the lightweight record, one win away from Anderson Silva's win streak record. I think he's the better striker and clinch grappler. I think Islam pieces Arman up at range, and whenever Arman gets in on a takedown or gets a body lock, Islam will get his back to the fence where he's most comfortable. Gain control of the fight, whether it's in reversal positions to get some trips or to simply get back at range. Also, this is a 5-rounder. Islam has plenty of that championship experience over Arman, so I picked Islam to beat Arman by decision. Or maybe late for 5th round finish. But I'm thinking it goes to decision. I think Arman toughs it out, makes it to a decision, especially seeing the way he was able to survive those submissions from Charles Oliveira. I think he's going to be able to make it to a decision. 49-46, maybe 48-47. Now on to the co-main. The link to that deep dive. Oh, shit. The link to that deep dive is in one of the corners as well. What's going on? Get off my screen, gangy. Oh, they finally updated the Johnny Walker fight. Okay. Nurmagomedov versus Dvalishvili. Did a deeper dive into that one. This fight's also very disrespectful towards Marab, the odds. But I did pick Umar. Similar to Arman by 59-46. Similar to Islam, 49-46. I think Sean O'Malley laid the blueprint on how to beat Marab in the first round of their fight. The problem was O'Malley gassed in the second round, and his lateral movement and his fast twitch ability severely depleted. He was very flat-footed, standing right in front of Marab, overextending. And I think that's because O'Malley never had to deal with the wrestling pace before. And it showed. And just because a striker can strike for 5 rounds at a high volume and get tired and not get tired doesn't mean that he can mix in the grappling, you know. The thing is, Umar can withstand that pace because he's much more used to it, and he'll keep that fast twitch ability for a longer amount of time. Umar won't get caught up trying to land one big shot as well, and he'll keep his combinations flowing. Umar's going to have those front kicks flowing, those body kicks flowing fast as hell. He throw them shit so fast that it's blurry to my eyes on the screen. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's throwing it in ×2 speed. Seriously, though. He'll also create scrambles and actually try to defend the takedown, unlike O'Malley, who after the first round just accepted the fact that he was getting taken down. Umar looked super fast against Corey, had him frozen. I think he does the same to Marab and wins the decision. Moving on to the feature fight. Now this one's super interesting. We got Salty Mall Hill versus Yuri Prochazka. Glad to see Yuri Prochazka back in that thing, man. Man, my heart was hurt seeing the way he got beat and couldn't stand against Alex Ferreira, bro. Oh my gosh, dude, that was tough to watch. But I'm rolling with Yuri, man. I think Yuri's gonna melt Jamal. I'm not gonna lie. Both are gonna have their hands down. Yuri will be throwing the power with volume. Jamal will be looking to slip and counter with power as well. More one at a time, though. Yuri's an animal. He's coming forward no matter what. He throws weird angled shots, hard to see. I think Yuri will be easily hit, but I also think by coming forward and throwing more shots against a guy on the back foot, I think he'll be easily hitting Jamal Hill as well. And that's when it gets interesting. We've seen Yuri hurt more often and often, besides the Politan fights. We've seen him hurt against Glover Teixeira. We've seen him hurt bad against Alexander Rakic. Jamal Hill's only been hurt by Politan. But I'm going to pick Yuri. I mean, I think his pace and his pressure, along with the volume, along with Hill having the worst defensive technique out of all of Yuri's recent opponents, will allow Yuri to melt Jamal Hill. I think he's going to TKO Jamal Hill. Round 1, round 2. Now, got one that's a little bit tougher. We got Renato Moicano versus Beneil Dariush. This was tough. This was super tough. I flipped back and forth. Because on one hand, you got one guy, he cannot afford to lose, motherfucker. And then you got another guy, we know he's super good. You know, he's on the cusp of a title shot. A bit overrated, if you ask me. But his wrestling, outstanding. His BJJ, outstanding. Offensive and defensive. His boxing, outstanding. Has more power in this matchup. But it's looking like his durability is on the decline. And both guys being 35, they're at different points in their career. And for that, I wouldn't bet it. I'm not going to bet it. If I do bet something, I'll bet whoever the underdog is plus 3.5. So I think it's going to be competitive. And right now, Beneil's the underdog. It's getting closer and closer, though. But I'm going to ride with Moicano. He can't lose. He cannot lose. And look, Beneil has really good power. Very, very respectable power. You know, he's a good boxer. I just said all the things. But his durability. I mean, 2 horrifying, horrific KOs back-to-back within 6 months of each other. Charles Oliveira and Arman Tsarukyan. Arman, one shot, and it was done. Now he's taking a year off, but I feel at his current age, maybe some ring rust a play in the factor. I don't know, bro, because he said this himself, even in those 2 fights, they didn't go long enough for him to really showcase anything. He doesn't even know if he still has it. And he's contemplating retirement. Hanato's been improving. I mean, there's some asterisks on these wins. You're looking at Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner ain't walk out, that's probably a KO. You know, BSD just destroyed him. Looked super crisp and fast on the feet, which surprised me. Was the one taking the center and making BSD back up. But he's known to be a bitch, ain't he? But he's gutted out adversity, and he's finishing in his opponents. He beautifully outstruck BSD. And he finished Jalen Turner after all that adversity. I mean, in 3 rounds, I think Moicano can stay long and actually outstrike Dariush because he's going to be fast and he's going to be longer. Like, he looks super. Actually, he's not longer. They have the same reach. He has a longer leg reach. Like, against BSD, I mean, BSD didn't even look like he was in the same level as Moicano. And I'm talking on the feet. I think this is going to be a striking match. So I don't really see a finish. Super close fight. Plus 3.5 makes sense on Beneil Dariush. I'm going to be honest. It does, because he can win. Moicano doesn't have the power to put Dariush away. Unless Dariush is... It's the thing. You don't know if Dariush's durability is gone, because he fought a powerful striker and an explosive striker in Arman, and then right before that he fought the greatest finisher ever. So you don't know. If Moicano knocks him out, though, then you definitely know. But as far as just raw power, putting guys away, Renato Moicano doesn't really possess that. And Dariush has the much better wrestling compared to Renato Moicano. And the BJJ is probably a wash. This is a super close fight. I'm rolling with Moicano, though. Moving on. I gotta stop doing that, bro. We got Kevin Trailblazer Holland versus Renier de Ridder out of the Netherlands. Look, this is tough. This is real tough. You got Kev, a man I just cannot trust, but he's very, very talented, who clearly struggles with takedown defense. He's facing a funky, sloppy guy who strikes like a 4-year-old, but has great grappling. He just subbed GM3. Super impressive. Okay wrestling. He has great BJJ. I'll say that. He gets compared to DDP, but he does not have the power or explosiveness or speed of a DDP. He's just sloppy and he's really atrocious on the feet. But how serious does Kev take this? The UFC's trying to build this guy quickly off of Kevin Holland's name. I think he gets up for this one. His last fight, he ended with somewhat of a fluke injury, but he was taken down easily in that fight as well. But Roman Dolidze, high level grappler. I look for Kev to be all in on the takedown defense, create some scrambles off of his back, and keep the fight at range. And then on the feet, it's night and day. I'm rolling with Kev. I just can't trust a guy with great BJJ, with 4-year-old striking that happens to be takedown or bust. If he's not getting a takedown, he's not winning. And I just can't pick somebody like that. So I'm rolling with Kevin Holland. Cam, why you wearing shades on inside? My allergies are bad. My eyes is red and all swollen. And I don't want y'all to see that. Can't open this one. But we got Johnny Walker. Not Johnny Walker. We got Bogdan Guskov versus Billy Elekana. Now look. Short notice for Mr. Billy. Billy isn't that bad, though. He's a striker. Watch a little tape. He's okay on the feet. Not super fast. Doesn't possess much power. He has good kicks, though. Low and high. Although he has 3 finishes. I watched his tape. He's not much of a threat to finish fights. And Bogdan is fast with power. So what Billy's lacking in, Guskov has. And what Billy has, Guskov has it, but it's better. This guy's off the street. No disrespect. Everybody has to start somewhere. Everybody's off the street at some point, but this guy's off the street on a week's notice, less than a week's notice. Bogey will throw with combinations. And if he doesn't find a finish, he'll out-grapple Billy. He can use a bit of a clinch game when his striking isn't firing on all cylinders. Bogdan is the pick. And I do think he finishes Billy, because Billy's pretty hittable as well. Yeah, that's probably the most confident one on the card. Moving on, we got Peyton Talbott versus Hani Barcelos. This was pretty clear. Let's just be honest. This was pretty clear. This fight is set up for Peyton to finish and get another highlight performance. He's getting the Sean O'Malley build, which is okay. He's young. He should be getting the Sean O'Malley build. Shouldn't throw him in the deep end and give him a song your dong, nothing like that. Keep giving him the Sean O'Malley build. I don't feel like I need to put too much time on this fight. Hani is actually well-rounded, but he's 37. He's out of his prime. He's slower, smaller, pause, and less dangerous. So this is easy. Moving on, we got Mr. Reliable, besides the Chris Curtis fight, Jailton Almeida versus Sergey Spivac. Jailton doesn't get hit and takes whoever the fluff he wants down whenever the fluff he wants to. He's not gonna waste time throwing strikes or absorbing any, to be honest. Jailton can use a double leg, a single leg, a clinch, or trip, and once he has you down and he's on top, he's most likely gonna keep you there if he doesn't finish you. Lucky for Jailton, Sergey can't strike much on the feet as well, and he wants to wrestle. I think we see good old lighter man skill showcased in its highest form in this fight. Jailton Almeida by arm triangle. Shit. Moving on, this is probably going to be my... Whoa. Zachary Reese versus Osmot. Is this a replacement? Let's go ahead and look into this, ladies and gentlemen. Is this a replacement? Yep, Cedric is out. Wow. To be honest, I don't know if I know who this is. Yeah, I don't know who this is, so we're just gonna skip the Zachary's fight. Damn, that was my second most confident. I was looking forward to betting this. This one's canceled, so we'll just keep it moving, I guess. We got Mr. Reliable number 2, except for his when it's not against Bobby Green's jab. Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira. Real nasty finish in Grant Dawson's last performance, but let's just be honest, man. This guy's boring as hell. All right, this guy's super duper boring. If he gets you down, you probably won't get back up. He's a great grappler. He's a position over submission and will maintain control at all times. That's his biggest goal. Diego's by far the more dangerous fighter. Good BJJ, but very mid wrestling. And if the fight's on the feet, and Diego is scrambling and defending takedowns, then Diego makes it very, very interesting. But I just don't see it. I don't think he has mid wrestling, so I don't think he's going to be able to defend the takedowns. And I don't think he's going to throw up a sub and catch Grant off of his back. So Grant will probably have about 4 or 5 takedowns in this fight with about 8 to 10 minutes in control time, and he'll ride out a decision. Moving on. We got Carol Rosa versus adult superstar Aylin Perez. Now, I might joke about Perez's OnlyFans, but she's a damn good fighter, bro. She's super good. I'm super high on Aylin Perez. She's come forward. She'll impose her will, throw powerful shots in combination, has some speed with it as well, and will set up a grappling pace, clinch, trips, takedowns. Her skills are getting much, much better in each fight that we see her. But we're seeing that her weight cut can give her problems. And I'm not referring to the fake trembling. I know that was fake that she was doing on the scale in her last fight. But the weight miss was very, very real. Also, she's had some inconsistencies in her cardio where she'll be super, super heavy, fast paced, and then sometimes she'll blow her load. So, hey, we made money off of Carol Rosa in her last fight. She's a come forward high volume boxer with a bit of offensive wrestling in her back pocket to secure rounds or whenever she gets a little gassed. With that high volume, she's very hittable though. Not much power, so she'll land big volume, but her opponent will still be standing in front of her. Almost like a female Joshua Van. I think Aylin's come forward pressure and willingness to fight fire with fire will lead her to victory. Aylin is a good wrestler, and Carol hasn't looked too hot whenever she has to defend takedowns, or whenever she's fighting somebody with the threat of the takedown. She also throws combinations with some power behind it, wants to impose her will and get fights to the ground. She does very well on top. She stays dangerous. I like her skill set to get the win, and I love the potential plus 3.5 bet on her. If not money line, but I love the plus 3.5 bet on her. The line is widening, and I hope it continues. I like Aylin a lot, and I think we're going to get better odds the closer we get to Saturday. Moving on. Woo! Ready for that one, right? Angles better be right. That's so crazy. I'm kidding. I shouldn't have said that. Okay. We got Rinya Nakamura versus Moin Gafurov. This was too easy. This was going to be my second most confident pick now. And the line's getting wider and wider. He opened up minus 250. Yes, last night when I was making my notes, he was minus 3 something. Minus 4 something, sorry. Now he's minus 500. This was too easy. Moin isn't nearly as good as we thought it would be. And Rinya is one of the most gifted wrestlers at bantamweight. Oh, yeah, he also has powerful striking. This is an easy pick. He'll be minus... In my notes, I said he'll be minus 600 on Saturday. He might be closer to minus 700 on Saturday. And I'm being dead serious. Second fight of the night, we got Ricky Turcios versus Bernardo Sopaj. Ricky's kind of a bum, huh? Like, he's kind of bad at fighting. But he can't really be overlooked because he's super chaotic. And he's committed to being chaotic. He fights a pace and a high volume, but not much power. Not good wrestling, and Bernardo has all those things. He has the good volume. He has the high pace, but he also has power and good wrestling and BJJ. It makes sense to me why he's minus 350, but at minus 350, I'm not sure if I want to play it because, it's a little wide, it's a little expensive, but it makes sense. I think Bernardo Sopaj should win a decision here. If not, finish Ricky on the ground. And then first fight of the night, we got Tajir Ulanbekov versus Clayton Carpenter. I seem a bit wide for this fight as well. Tajir is a good old-fashioned brother. Team Habib. Starting off the night, he's closer to that Habib style than an Islam and a Umar are. It's a lot of pressure. He has dominant wrestling with okay striking, but like Habib, he strikes to set up the takedown. He's not striking. He's striking to set up the takedown, to start the chain wrestling, to start all of that. But he also don't have no Habib takedown defense. He don't have that Habib plot armor. Tajir can be taken down, and Clayton Carpenter is a really good wrestler with complementary BJJ. He's always looking to stay dangerous on the feet and on the mat. It sets a high pace, whether it's standing or on the mat, like I said. And Tim Elliott showed that Tajir can be taken down if you know what I'm saying. If you actually try and you make Tajir back up. So it's an interesting fight. I think it's gonna be entertaining fight. I like the fact that it's starting off. I think it could have been higher on the prelims actually. Clayton could start to build as the fight goes longer. We also see Tajir has weight cut problems, and with weight cut problems comes cardio problems. I'm picking Tajir, but a competitive fight would not surprise me at all. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the UFC 311. You watching this? This is the first upload of the day. We have another upload coming today. We're trying. That's the goal, to upload twice a day this week. And we on pace. We doing good. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody. Betting review dropping tomorrow. You got to go home. You got to get up out of here, man. Yeah.